Welcome, friends. Welcome to the Experts Talk Show. Today, I have a special guest on this show to introduce to you. I am very much excited to have you, Stu Jordan. I'm welcome to the show. I'm very much excited. I just share about you in a little words, in my little words. Stu has worked as a national sales manager for Logitech. Most of the Indians buy Logitech web cameras, right? That and then mouse pads. So that's the biggest companies in the world. And Stu has worked as a national sales manager, surpassing these sales targets to see 265%. That's mind-blowing number for me, in fact. So Stu is from Vietnam, Hoi An. Am I right, Stu?
Yes, I'm living in Vietnam at the moment, but I'm from New Zealand originally.
Ah, okay. You're from New Zealand and living in Vietnam, and Stu has got almost decades of experience in sales, entrepreneurial journey, especially in the retail industry as a chocolatier. And he founded a wonderful company called Evolution Unleashed that focuses on AI, especially for the marketers, salespeople, and entrepreneurs, business owners. This is the time for you to get the most out of this particular video from Stu. You really will be mind blown with the kind of changes that are coming in the current situation, especially AI playing the role, replacing the humans. Should we humans feel bad about it, or should we embrace the changes that are happening? So, Stu, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interview you. Welcome to Expert Talks. So let me know, I did your introduction, that's fine, but let me know, how do you feel yourself, especially you come from the corporate world, you worked for the Logitech, you also worked for the retail industry, especially in the chocolate, launching the business and then launching the particular brand, and then you helped them to grow like within 6 months. It's a big number that you could able to make $1 million company. And you also are into marketing, digital marketing, and you jumped into AI as part of the evolution because you wanted to embrace, you wanted to the first movers advantage in the industry, right? So how is your journey? What made you to move all these things? Yeah, please share.
Well, firstly, thank you. Thank you for having me here, Chandra. It's a pleasure. I'll talk about AI all day, every day to anyone who will listen, because it's such a transformative and disruptive technology, and burying our head in the sand or ignoring it is just not an option. And we'll talk about that today. But a bit about my background, as you know, as a retail troubleshooter. My last corporate role, I ended up working on the other side of the retail fence, selling into big retail accounts as a national sales manager for Logitech. Did very well there. Very innovative use of data to be able to leapfrog our competitors and blow sales targets away. From there, I went into my own business, learned a lot. And I'll tell you what, being self-employed is so much harder than working in corporate, because you lose all of that support structure, your human resources, all the systems and processes that prop up a business. You got to develop your own. So it's been a steep learning curve. And my learning curve was through my chocolate factory and retail business, where, you know, I had some big mistakes that almost sunk me. And then I had some very big successes, like the launch of our subscription product. And I think over the 10 years, we generated millions of dollars in revenue. Didn't always make a profit until we sort of launched a subscription product and figured things out. But that's the evolution of business. That's why we go into business. Start, learn, iterate.
Yeah.
Anyway, after I sold my chocolate business in 2018, I decided to go traveling.
You had the manufacturing of the chocolates, the entire company owned by you? And
yep, I founded the company.
Ah, awesome. Is
from
it in
scratch. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm good at starting businesses.
Awesome.
And that led to me starting a marketing agency. And through that, made many contacts. I was helping out some other businesses. So I was involved with 5 businesses, all in the startup space, one for funding, copywriting businesses, that sort of stuff. But look, what really happened in November the 30th, it was 2022,
Okay.
ChatGPT launched.
Yeah.
And I was in Thailand at the time, and I got a text from a friend saying, "Have you heard about ChatGPT?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "What's ChatGPT?" He said, "Here," and he sent me the link. And within 1 minute of using it, I was blown away. The first meeting I had with my agency team was, let's start learning AI. Let's see how we can take what we do, which is sales and marketing systems, building systems and processes to help make businesses more efficient, mainly agencies. And can we do that with AI? And it took us a lot of learning, but we were very determined. I really like AI, Chandra. I can't help it. So we took our core workflow in that agency from 162 hours all the way down to 30 hours while delivering better results. And it was at that point when we nailed that I said to my operations manager, the writing's on the wall. Our business model's going to die because AI can replace us.
Yep.
Look at what we can do with AI, and it's very young technology. As this technology gets better, we're in trouble. So I could see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And it made me realize that a lot of people can't see what's coming with AI or couldn't see it and still don't.
Yeah.
And it made me realize we need to help people. We need an on-ramp to AI. We need to show people how to use these tools properly, because whether you like it or not, AI is here. You can't put it back in the box. And while a lot of people are for some good reasons, afraid of AI, they allow that to dominate and then paralyze themselves. They reject AI. But those of us that are embracing AI and saying, well, it's going to disrupt a lot of things, it's a very disruptive technology, why not embrace it? Why not be first mover and have that advantage? And in business and marketing, as we'll talk about today, Chandra, it is revolutionary what it allows you to do. As a small little startup or an entrepreneur, you now have at your fingertips access to McKinsey, Deloitte level consultancy to help you.
Yeah. Even those big companies are embracing using AI. Yeah.
Starting to.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Great. So when you have gone through this wonderful journey of entrepreneurship, you built 5 companies, and then you were part of the corporate, you were also doing the marketing and sales, all the pieces of business, such a rich experience actually. If you look at the speed at which things are changing before the AI and after the AI, and you are also looking at the people who are embracing AI, who are frightened with AI, or thinking that, oh, it is dangerous, maybe we should stop adopting to it, far more better not having it, something like that. People have different belief systems. But anyway, things automatically move, people will take it and then keep moving. And if you look at from November 2022, from 2024 February, people are keep adopting to it rather than not allowing it, because it is automatically penetrated into the world. From this, looking at from your entire journey and the perspective, from the business owner perspective, how a business owner should look at it so that they can really take advantage of it. And
that's
what
a really good question.
Yeah.
So what should business owners be doing to prepare or embrace AI?
Yep.
And firstly, let me say the adoption cycle is in play. We're still in the early stage, so innovation stage. We haven't got mass adoption yet. So for business owners that do embrace AI, there is a massive advantage to be had, because AI lets us go fast and it lets us do things that are outside our traditional capabilities. So if I was a business owner, and I am, I mean, I've launched an AI startup just a year ago and 1 year, 5 days ago, you know, and it's a slow startup. We've only generated around 140,000 US in that first year, but you know, this year we'll see a bigger return. Anyway, coming back to your question, what should businesses be focusing on? It's how can I incorporate AI to support systems and processes? Look, to answer that question, you need to understand why people struggle in business, okay? And it's simply that they're not working on the right things often, or they're blind spots in their expertise. So they're poor at revenue generating activities, or they don't understand that they need to take what they do and speak to their market in a way that resonates with the market rather than describing what you do, because people don't care about what you do. They care about what's in it for me. What's your product? Exactly. How does it help me? So what AI can do is take your offer, research your target market, and instantly align your unique value proposition to that market. So when you are communicating, creating content, and all of that's now possible with AI, even if you have no experience, you can immediately reach your customers and sort of understand that customer journey and speak to them on that journey in a way that moves them to that decision point much faster. And those businesses that do embrace AI are going to outcompete those that don't, because it's just so much better. You know, Sam Altman,
they keep on having their blind spots, and then they are actually filtered, and then they don't see the reality.
Yeah, and it is scary technology, but it has very big disruptive power. And whether you embrace it or not, it's up to you. It doesn't change the fact that businesses are starting to wake up to the fact that with AI, it's not about replacing people. This is what we keep forgetting. There's a second side of the coin. Yes, it might do 95% of your job, but that means you can work on the stuff that matters to you. And it doesn't mean we're going to work 95% less. It means we're going to create 95% more, because we're going to have more capacity. So we're going to see an explosion of value. And the bar for competing is going to rise up, because as these AI generated sort of companies, or companies embracing AI, start producing much faster value, the traditional business models just fade away. They will be outcompeted. And what people need to realize, Chandra, is it's going to happen quickly. Not as quick as some doomer people say. It's not going to be tomorrow. But as stories go out like Klarna, which laid off 700 staff because one chatbot did 2.3 million calls in a month. 2/3 of all the calls coming into their call center, one chatbot. It had a similar satisfaction rating to the humans, but it took the time to solve the customer problem from 11 minutes down to 2 minutes.
Oh my God.
Right? And it reduced follow-up inquiries by 25%. And it basically translates for Klarna to a $40 million US saving on their bottom line. Now, when other companies see stories like that, they go, I can't compete with that. They've got $40 million more at their disposal to grow their business, to go faster. You can't compete. So businesses will start adapting and embracing this, especially as they see other people do it. And that's when we hit the adoption curve. That's when it goes from innovators like Klarna and us to, oh, now every business needs
the curve is
AI.
slow, but suddenly it will take off.
Oh, when we hit mass market, it's going to be a tsunami, and that wave is going to wipe out traditional business models, but it's going to propel those who are early now. It's a big blue ocean. It is the single biggest opportunity that we have right now. Just think about how many businesses are in the world. In the US, 33 million. I have no idea with India, but I know India is one of the largest innovators when it comes to technology and AI. Very exciting stuff happening in your country. And as this, you know, as these stories get out and these companies start saying, well, we need AI, there's 30 to 100 million businesses that are going to be looking for AI services. They're not going to want to do it themselves. They're going to be looking, how do I do this?
Yep.
So for those that are well positioned, you can ride that wave and completely blow your business up. Very exciting.
Awesome. Awesome. This is so exciting. Even for me personally, as an entrepreneur, as a coach, I'm blown away by these numbers, and then the way that is going to impact the people. As you said, the one thing that you said is really striking. We are, even though it is slowly moving, it is going to take off soon. And what is the typical time the scientists or the data people are talking about the takeoff will happen? When do you think that takeoff will happen, from now to next few years or months? How is this curve? I just wanted to position myself better.
Yeah, well, we are kind of in that calm before the storm. And if we look at traditional adoption curves, so let's think about smartphones. The first smartphone came out, but before everybody had a smartphone, that took about 3 to 5 years. And then suddenly everyone has smartphones, and look at the innovation that technology has allowed. Well, AI is faster, it's bigger than smartphones, it's more disruptive. And I would suspect that this year, we're going to see the beginning of that wave. And we're already seeing it, but I think that acceleration, I think we're literally months away from the acceleration. And then over the next 1 to 3 years, we will see mass adoption of AI at scale. And we're going to see the business world transform before our very eyes.
Oh my God. So those people who are watching this video, especially if you are a business owner, I strongly suggest you try to adopt AI technology into your business, because most probably, as Stu is sharing, maybe this year or the early of next year, the curve will be very higher and it is in demand. You should be prepared enough to do that. So Stu, having said that, what do you think a sales team, a sales manager, or a person who is responsible taking care of the traditional sales teams, whether it is in person or remote sales, whatever it is, what do you think are the AI technologies that they can incorporate into their day-to-day life or planning or implementing? What do you think they should
I think about this
embrace?
question. Sorry to interrupt. I do think about this question a lot, Chandra. How if I was back in my sales management role and I've trained thousands of salespeople, what would I be doing? Now, this is where there's a big misunderstanding about AI that I'd like to address. It's not going to replace salespeople. Well, not yet. What it's going to do is give salespeople who use AI a massive advantage in the market. So if I was running a sales team right now, here's exactly what I would do. Number one, I would use AI and I would feed in all my customer data, because AI can just pull stuff out of data that we can't see. And then using prompt engineering, I would be saying to the AI, where are my opportunities? Where should I be focused? What's working? What isn't? If I have online salespeople, remote, doing video calls, I will take their transcripts, I will put them into AI, I will build my sales formula into probably a custom GPT. I would just feed in the script and say, give me a training program for that person to make them be able to achieve better, show them where they can improve. You can even have the AI role play with you voice to voice, which I've done. So you can have it play a customer and you can practice, and then it will give you feedback. So as a sales team leader, you need to be harnessing AI to improve your salespeople, to open up more opportunity, to take away a lot of the tasks that salespeople do. I remember, back in the days when I was a sales rep, I had this big list of companies that I had to call on to sell our product. And I worked my butt off, right? I would drive all around the bottom of New Zealand, visiting all these places. And then one day I took the data, and I didn't have AI back then, but this is what you can do with AI at a much deeper level. And I said, where is my revenue coming from? And I realized that 80% of my revenue was coming from around just under 20% of my market. So I stopped calling on the 80% that weren't generating revenue, and I went all in on the 20% to give better value, to really focus on them and nurture those relationships and show them that I cared. It made my workload a lot easier, more enjoyable, and I tripled my sales and went to #1 in the company.
Wow.
Now, we got some complaints from some of our small accounts. You're not calling on me. When the ops, my boss said, well, what's going on? I told him this strategy. His response, come train the rest of the managers, show them what you've done.
Obviously,
And this
that
is
should
what
be.
AI gives us, is an advantage, right? To identify where the fastest growth opportunities are, to improve our skills. It's a very valuable tool for extending your sales team's capabilities,
Awesome.
which I think is incredible.
Yeah, that's an incredible possibility that AI can bring into the sales. So when you said you will use AI, you also use the data, you try to connect what is your target group with the AI, and then AI will bring who are else there, where else those target groups are there. If we can use our past data and then say, these are my results, let me know what are the typical most probable accounts that I need to go after. AI will tell that, right?
Exactly.
Oh
And
my God.
you can even do this much. Let's say you've got an account that you're trying to land, a big account. Now, in my old corporate days, I was doing $1 million+ deals in one hit. It's, just a bit more innovative. And if you had an account today that was huge, that you're having trouble getting across the line, you can put that into AI. Here's the sort of service we do. Here's this company and all about them. Here's the objections I keep getting. Give me a strategy to land this account, right? And it'll spitball some strategy. And the better you are at communicating with the AI, which is why I think prompt engineering is the essential skill you need to have as a business owner. You need to know how to use AI. You need to know how to communicate at a deeper level using a prompt structure in order to extract this output. But once you've nailed that, and it's easy to learn, very easy to learn, once you have that, you can then start leaning into AI for strategy, for overcoming objections with your biggest accounts. I think is something I would have loved to have had a while ago, because it can think outside the box. It can give you ideas that you hadn't thought of, and it can give you answers to those objections that would be pitched in a way that would move that person making the objections towards a sale.
Awesome. And you also said AI can help you to role play with your sales content, and then try to do it. And AI, you can just talk to AI just like a human being and then do the role play. So that is very just in the seconds of the time, you will just get into a situation and then do the role play just before even you are actually having a conversation virtually or in real time with a real prospect, right?
Yeah, and you can do it on your phone. You can use the ChatGPT app. So basically what I did is I took my sales formula, which is a 7-step sales process that I developed, and very common, probing, greeting, there's a whole process. Your people probably know how to do the basic stuff, but I just fed that in as context to the AI and said, this is the context, this is the framework that we follow for sales. And then here's a script and here's a scenario. So here's a script from the salesperson. This is the area I want them to work on. And here is a scenario to challenge them. You're to role play the customer. You're to make this objection, or you're to really push them on the probing with questions to really make sure that they are understanding each part of that sales process. And look, I'll give you a wee inside scoop here, that I haven't really released this publicly yet, but you can also tell the AI your personality type. Like I'm an INTP, right? So you get your Myers-Briggs score, put that in, and then say, now when you give me the strategy to go and get this account or role playing, align it to my learning style, align it to who I am and how I best understand. So then when it's doing the role play, it will then speak to you in a way and teach you in a way that you learn best, which is the personal aspect of AI that most people haven't woken up to yet, which is incredible.
Even if you go to the generic sales training, you cannot get that much customized content, customized training, what AI can give. That's remarkable. That's really wonderful. Oh, after listening to that, the level of customization it can bring into the sales, I am really, as you said, prompt engineering is the most important skill. I understand that, but even though I just wanted to embrace the technology, I tell people that if you are not updated, you will be outdated. So I tell people in my training programs and coaching programs, but still I did not take, in the fear of that, okay, if I got to get into a program, I have to invest something and all that stuff. I stopped doing that. But the cost of inaction will be very higher. As you are saying, the prompt engineering for business owners is very much important. So I think you have, in the Evolution Unleashed, you have prompt engineering program in your program. Can you share about that?
Sure. We have a course called Advanced Prompt Mastery, which basically takes you through in a more practical way, targeted more at business people, but it's going to give you the basic skill set all the way through to doing advanced use cases that'll teach you how to leverage prompt structure to actually achieve, a lot higher output. Like, for example, if you were to just put a prompt, my business is this, I sell this, give me a strategy, you'll get the same generic strategy from the AI that everybody else prompting that will get. If you want to be unique, stand out, and have a defensible advantage, which is going to be very hard in the AI era to be defensible, you'll be able to leverage a prompt structure. So you can give it a role. I want you to assume the role of a McKinsey level expert specializing in business consultancy for my type of business, right? So then the AI knows the role to assume, which training data to pull through for it to work. Then you give it context, give it detailed demographic and psychographics about your target market. Here's my offer. Here's all the background information you need to complete your task, right? Because we can't complete tasks without background information, like training a new employee. And then give it an objective. What's your goal? What do you want to achieve? And then it can align that goal with the context, and it understands what role it's in. And then you can give it some instructions, which is where we get to shape the output, tell it what we want, don't want. I want it written like this. I want a strategic plan with step-by-step, action steps that are easy for me to follow to achieve this objective, and then present it in the format of. So it's a 5-point prompt structure. And once you learn how to do that, which is very easy, AI goes from here to here. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities. And then once you start realizing all the use cases for business, it's very hard to go back because it's just better.
Exactly.
It's faster, it's
Once
better.
we know the better way to do things, our brain automatically takes us to this better way and try to explore it much better. That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So incredible opportunity when you understand prompt engineering. And that's why we built the course. I think we're selling it for $97 at the moment, but it is going to about $500 in the next month or so. It's a very valuable course. And that said, we have a lot of free information as well. We're getting to an era where you're not going to know who or what to trust. I did a deepfake video of me and it fooled my community. They didn't realize it was an AI generated version of me because it was almost indistinguishable, right? So we're getting to that level where you can't trust your eyes. You can't trust your ears. So what can you trust? And that's where community becomes really important. Having people that know you and trust you. And that's what I'm focused on now, is from Evolution Unleashed, is building a community and providing a lot of free resources. So we teach prompt structure for free. That's available in our community, the Unleashed, which is a Facebook group. We have a guide section, and we basically give all that information for free because The simple fact is most people don't see what's coming, and
Yeah.
they won't. They're going to react, not proact.
Yep.
They're going to see what happens and then react, and by then it's too late. And AI is so disruptive, many people are going to fall through the cracks. For example, I don't need a graphic designer now. AI is my graphic designer. So if you're a graphic designer, you need to start embracing AI so you can pump out content, get really good at it, because still businesses aren't going to want to do it themselves. But if you don't adapt to AI, you're going to be too expensive. You're not going to be able to compete. And while you might not like that, it's the reality. And if you want to ignore the reality and fight AI, it's pointless. It's futile. It will just lead to your business failing.
Yep.
So you either embrace or you die. Pretty stark,
Yeah.
but that is the reality of what is coming. And it's why I built Evolution Unleashed, to prepare people, to ring the bell, wake up, see what's coming. Here's how you get ready.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really thankful to connect with you on this, especially you have got a wonderful experience of entrepreneurship, business, and then marketing agency, and then sales, and then AI, and you spent enough time and then created the program for the on the prompt engineering from basic level to mastery level. Is there anything, if possible, to the audience who are watching this video can get this wonderful $99 or $95 program? Is there any possibility to have a little discount for our audience?
I can hold that price for you. If your audience want to reach out to me directly, I'll have a special link, and will enable them to purchase at that price. The reason it's going up is, you know,
if you can
there's
give me a
people
bit.ly
selling
link or shorten link, I will put it in the description.
Okay. Yep. I'll send you that link. It's
People would like to learn, because people would like to. Please go ahead. Share your website.
Sure. Just advanced prompt mastery, all one word, .com will get you to our prompt engineering course.
Okay. Great. Thank you. And then when you are talking about AI, people will get excited about it. Even me getting excited about it. How can I embrace the AI? So as part of that, what are the core proven AI tools that you suggest for the business owners, marketing, and sales people?
Right. Well, that's still, that's a good question.
There are so many that you cannot list on. You can list few that you think are most effective. Yeah.
Well, number one for me, if I could only have one AI tool, it would be ChatGPT, paid account, because you have custom instructions. You can access DALL-E 3, so you can create a lot of content, and content is going to be essential to stand out in the AI era. And there's going to be a lot of content, so you need to master content. So ChatGPT is very good with that. But I use a huge number of tools. Ideogram to create brochures and flyers. I use Gemini, Google Gemini, to write my YouTube descriptions. So one of my videos that's doing very well, I'm #1 when you search how to fix text in DALL-E 3, because I asked Gemini, Google's product, to write an SEO optimized title and description based on Google's own keywords. And what do you know? We're #1 in the search results after just a few months, and that video just keeps clicking over. So Gemini is essential. It's very nice at writing content. It's good for email generation, that sort of stuff. So marketing, you just use these tools. Now, I have my own products. So we have a marketing accelerator framework, which will take your offer, align it to your market, and then help you create aligned content to that market across every point of the customer journey. Takes care of your lead generation, your client acquisition. Incredible. And we do it all through custom GPTs, which is one of the really cool features within ChatGPT. You can access public custom GPTs that will already have all the prompt engineering and stuff done. So you can, for example, I have an image generator. Theme, this theme. Style, use this style. Hit the button and it generates the image for my post in like 2 or 3 seconds. And they're really good, right?
Yep.
So just you don't need a lot of third-party tools once you have access to the AI-based model like ChatGPT, because it can do all of that for you. It can do your strategy and whatnot. Oh,
Hello, Stu.
oh, you're
Hello.
back.
Yeah. Froze for a few seconds. Yeah.
Yeah. So the tools I use is a lot of my own creativity. You know, AI extends our intelligence. It extends our capabilities. It doesn't replace them. You still need expertise to leverage your AI, right? If you don't know what you're
Multiply
doing,
our
you're
own
like a
creativity.
blind man with or a monkey with a very advanced ray gun. You're going to cause a lot of damage and you're not going to be very effective. You know, but when you're in an area where you already have some expertise, AI can just massively extend your capabilities. And that's where I focus on AI. So I don't buy a lot of third-party tools. I have Midjourney. I've got Perplexity, Google's, Gemini, Claude 3, ChatGPT, Midjourney, I said Midjourney, image generations, Leonardo. So I'm across all of these tools, but I don't use anything else.
Great.
Because I'm able to develop my own prompt frameworks and my own
I
needs
understand.
with
Yeah.
AI, just using those tools. You don't need all this flash stuff anymore.
How is the job market for those who learned the prompt engineering skill?
Well, prompt engineering
So
is
for example,
very...
they go through your program. Maybe there are youngsters, graduates, who actually wanted to get into the AI, but they have been looking at a 1 hour webinar, 2 hours webinar, 3 hour webinar, 2-day challenge, 3-day challenge, whatever, because there is so much happening, like, you know, Facebook ads and then YouTube ads talk about the gurus of AI, and then they come up with a lot of programs. But I want them to go with a authentic training program. So I believe your program, from a beginner to advanced, they can go through that program. Once they go through that program, would they be able to get onto a company and then become a prompt engineer?
I don't see why not. That's why we built the course. And the best
Wow.
way is to say, hey, let me show you my prompt engineering skills. Give me a task and I'll show you my prompt engineering. They can't argue with your ability when you write them prompts that do better than the stuff they're doing. And I guarantee you will be, because
Great.
what we're, you know, the people that are into AI is this big. The people that are using it effectively and know how to actually drive it is only this big. And these are the people that are going to make the difference. These are the people that are going to change the world and transform business.
Okay. So if somebody is trained with AI training, prompt engineering training, and that graduate wanted to get into a job, you said that they can get the job. There is no doubt about it. And they can demonstrate the skill, and then they will, the HRs or hiring manager or the business owner will be mind blown. How come they couldn't make it? So that's fine. What would be the basic salaries in US dollars or pounds? You can share the typical salaries of those prompt engineers.
Highly sought after prompt engineers are attracting 200K US plus a year. So it's a very in-demand
200K.
skill set, because the demand for prompt engineers is going to explode. And, you know, right now, if you look at what I see coming out of India, really good example.
Yeah.
A lot of development, a lot of software. And I've seen some hugely innovative products leveraging AI.
Yeah.
But when you actually get under the hood and start playing with the interface, the AI interface, the prompt engineering is so weak. And while they're strong on development, the thing about developers, and I don't mean this rudely, they make terrible prompt engineers, because prompt engineering is natural language, not coding. And the mindsets are very different. So a developer needs to get a prompt engineer to write prompts and engineer their product so the AI works at a much higher level than everybody else's. I remember seeing one product from India, and I was just like, this is what I've been looking for. And then I'm able to sort of figure out what its instructions were. And the prompt engineering was just 4 or 5 lines. And the product was really just, it killed the product. So prompt engineers are going to become far more in demand. They're already attracting salaries. I think starting rate is 6 figures. I've not seen a prompt engineering job advertised under 6 figures. So at least 120K plus. Because the utility for what you can create, you know, if you've got a software product and you want to incorporate AI, you need a prompt engineer. Because if you don't, your product's going to suck. Because people will start talking to the AI and you'll get robotic, generic, high-level stuff. Whereas with prompt engineering, you can get more nuanced detail. You can train it to move people through a customer journey. You can have it for customer service, client acquisition, whatever your product does, and you want to incorporate AI, you need that AI to operate effectively, efficiently, and move you towards a goal. So prompt engineering is a very in-demand skill for at least the next 3 to 5 years. After that, we may not need any prompt engineering. We might just be able to say what we want and it will build it. But for now, prompt engineering is probably the one skill set that is going to boom in demand as jobs are being lost on the other side of the coin.
Okay. How much time does it take to become a better prompt engineer? I know any skill has to be mastered and it takes time to evolve as a person, but basic prompt engineering that is required to get into a corporate world or starting working with a business owner, how much time does it take to master that?
It's a good question. It took me 3 months self-learning to get to a level where I thought, finally, I can use AI to create impact and I can actually start using these outputs in real world situations. Before that, I wouldn't have been able to. So that took me 3 months of trial and error, but you don't have to go through that because we can accelerate that process. I think you can learn the basics of prompt engineering in a week, but then you've got to have a passion for it. You've got to practice. You've got to take use cases that you would expect to see in the corporate world, whatever those corporate needs are, and be able to reverse engineer that use case into a prompt so the AI can deliver on that use case. And there are a lot of methodologies that we teach. You know, we can have the AI ask a series of questions to be able to personalize the output even deeper. So, hey, I want to do this task. Let's say it's create some marketing, and here's my target market, here's my offer, but I want you to ask some questions to achieve this objective. And then it will say, okay, well, here's some questions. It'll take your answers, it'll incorporate that, and it'll give you a much better output. So we teach a bunch of methodologies. You got to practice it. To be honest, 99% of people using AI don't understand prompt engineering yet. So just having the basic skills, within a week, you will be probably in the top 5%. And if you really just keep practicing and taking this information in and applying it, within 1 to 2 months, you'll be in the top 1%, and the world is your oyster. Right now, prompt engineers, people don't understand just how big it's going to get. People don't understand the power of prompt engineering. It's how you get the magic from AI. It's how I've been able to do the stuff I've been able to do.
It requires logic and creativity to apply in the strategically apply using AI, right?
Yeah, well, AI is great at a number of things. So you've just got to take a use case and figure out how to achieve that use case with AI. Now, sometimes you can just say, hey, if you know how to prompt engineer, you can load in the old way of doing things, add a bit of context, put your instructions in, and get it to brainstorm a new methodology to achieve that task, and then build that into a product or a service, and then go sell it. And you can do it all very, very quickly. So for entrepreneurs, prompt engineering is going to give you an edge that is massive. And what I use AI for, if I had to summarize, why do I use AI? It's to maximize my edge in the market, 100%. And prompt engineering is the skill that maximizes that edge.
Great, great. Thank you so much for that. And those who are watching this video, please understand prompt engineering is going to be one of the best skills to make your business more workable, more relatable, and you can dominate your industry if you embrace it. If you cannot embrace, and you will be outdated and you will be run away by somebody else who is actually embracing it. So Stu has got a wonderful program from his What is the exact name of the program, Stu?
Well, if you let me share screen, I'll show it to you. How does that sound?
Sure, sure. Shall I give you a screen option? Yeah.
Easy to show. Okay, let me show you this real quick. Okay, can you see this?
Yep.
Okay,
Awesome.
so this
Revolutionize.
is a systems guy, Andy, my old ops manager, very, very smart. So basically, let me scroll down to what you actually get in this program, somewhere down here. So at the moment, it's $97 because it's a new course, but it's going to $497 at the end of March, beginning of April. I'll hold the price for you indefinitely, but
Yeah.
they'll have to reach out to me and mention this,
Sure.
your podcast. But anyway, so here's what's inside. You get an introduction to prompting. You learn the role of the human. This is misunderstood. You can't just use raw output. So there's a role for the human before and after. One in prompting, one in ensuring accuracy because of AI making mistakes. Obviously, prompt structure is hugely important. But then we get into prompt methodologies, which is where we take that structure and start doing magic for any particular use case. This is where you're building your toolkit to allow you to do a lot of different things that you wouldn't have been able to do before AI. How to refine your prompts to make them even better, because this is where the edge is. And again, it's about maximizing edge. How to develop the exact output. So this is another form of prompt refinement. You start with the output that you want and you reverse engineer. Very, very cool module, that one. And then just how to level up your AI, like custom instructions and that will power up and give you much better quality output. Same with modifiers. We have a modifier library that we give you that will help you get around the laziness issue in ChatGPT. It truncates responses because of hardware restrictions. We'll show you how to blow that out of the water so you don't have the same restrictions that everyone else is having. And this is the advantage of prompt engineering. You can play with these tools. Plugins, well, that's sort of dead now. It's now custom GPTs. So we've updated that. This is an old landing page. And then how to work with large documents that you can upload, like a document with all your customer data and work with that document. So I think there's some pretty cool stuff. We've got some bonuses in there as well. I do a full walkthrough on creating a prompt from scratch, which is a lot of fun. So that is Advanced Prompt Mastery, and it will give you the base level skills.
You created it
and then
very
you can apply your own use case, your own
professional.
imagination and creativity, and build whatever you want in AI.
Thank you. So I was telling you created it so structurally, professionally, and as per the requirement of that particular skill to be actually programmed to the people. So the way that you built it is really very structured. Thank you. So those people who wanted to get onto the prompt engineering, and I never thought of actually kind of promotion or whatever it is, but I wanted to share understanding the importance of AI in your business, in your sales, in your marketing, in your life. It is always better to become a first advantage mover so that you will not be outdated by somebody else in the future. Because when I was talking about video making, embracing the video in your marketing materials, people said, no, brother, we are not a video guy. I cannot do this and all that. The same people who right now are feeling bad about not embracing the videos, because all the leads are for those who are actually doing it. So this is 1,000 times faster technology compared to video. You can actually, not being in the video, make the video. I am glad that I am actually talking to Stu Jordan, not a AI person. He is mastered in AI, the real person I am talking to. Maybe in future, Stu will give me Stu's AI created Stu, and he will get onto my show.
It's coming. I'm building it now. So you'll be able to talk to me about different things like in Advanced Prompt Mastery. You'll be able to ask me questions and my AI avatar will answer you in and it's uncanny. It can, with professional voice cloning,
oh my God,
which is available to everybody, you can perfectly replicate the tone of your voice, the intonations, And then this, look, oh, there's so much and it's so exciting, but this is literally brand new. I've just been playing with it. I can have my avatar and my voice speak very naturally in perfect Hindi.
Oh
So
my
I can
God.
take a script, make it Hindi, and then I can speak fluent Hindi. And the AI matches my lips to the right movements and sounds. It'll be absolutely perfect Hindi, and it will be in my voice, just like this. And it can animate my facial features. It's absolutely incredible. So I can be in 10 different languages now. So what I'm going to be doing is making it so that people can access my information and our courses in their own language, which will make it more intuitive and easy to learn. And all I have to do is take all the content. And what stopped us doing that, we can put the translated written content, but now I can present the course exactly how I did, but in any language I want, which I think is incredible.
That's so much powerful. I think I also should embrace that. I must embrace that, because I can
sleep on AI.
Languages.
I'm all in on AI. It's all I do. I live, breathe, and eat AI because it is so transformative. It's so disruptive. And if you're early, and if you get in now, you're so early. You're so far ahead of the curve. People are so afraid it's paralyzing them, right? But they're coming at it for the wrong reason. Don't look at it from the lens of fear. Look at it through the lens of opportunity and what it can allow us to do.
Yeah, please go ahead.
No, I was finished. That was my point.
The fear is stopping them, but the reality is they have to come out of that fear. That's the reality. That should happen. If not today, tomorrow. But if you make it today and then embrace the AI, you will become better tomorrow. You will perform better tomorrow. Your organizations and life will be better tomorrow. That's what Stu wants to tell. Thank you, Stu. So how my audience who are watching this video on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, whether it is a company, my Facebook page, Facebook profile, no matter where I post this video, okay? In the description, I wanted to give contact, if you allow me to people to contact you for any guidance, or they want their company support from your company, or as an agency, as a AI-driven, AI-powered agency, or they may want to learn from your program. Let me know the contact details that you want to put, or you can share there. Any email ID, phone number, social media handles, whatever it is. Whatever the handles that you give, I will put it in the description. At the same time, you can also share whatever you wanted to share now. As a business owner, marketer, salesperson, AI expert. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, people are welcome to contact me, but there's only one of me, and there's a lot of people that need AI. So I'd recommend jumping into our community. You can access me there, which is the Unleashed community. We're based on Facebook. We have a Patreon. We have plenty of other touch points. But, just think about the opportunity. Go find what tools. You don't need to spend a lot of money to hire me, given how busy I am. Very expensive. But you can leverage my expertise through our courses at a fraction of the price that it would cost to hire me. That's where to start. But the good news is that a year from now, 2 years from now, when all these businesses are trying to figure this stuff out, people that start now will have already figured it out. They'll have a massive advantage, and they'll just be able to grow like crazy. And that's what we're doing. We're preparing for the wave, and that's what your people need to be doing too. And if that means they need to reach out to me, I'll give you those details offline. You can include them in your description. I'm happy to talk AI all day, every day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stu, for coming to the show. And it really mind-blowing for me personally too, to learn and then embrace the AI in my coaching practice and sales practice, especially in the remote sales practice, and how I can better equip myself, becoming your student, and then make it much effective. Thank you so much. I'm pretty much sure those people who are watching this video, irrespective of the platform they watch, especially business owners, marketers, and salespeople, will definitely get most out of this particular video. and also definitely look at the possibility of become better at prompt engineering going through your course. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate for giving time with short notice, and then thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Pleasure.